Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Temple of Light Center for Spiritual Living's Youth Service. We are so happy that you decided to share with us this morning, both on YouTube and inside our sanctuary. A special word of welcome to those of you joining us for the first time. Today's youth service is special as Chevrolet and I, as young adults, will share our ideas of expressing in a fun way as we use the principles that have been taught to us. So sit back and have a great time with us. But first, let us begin our day right. Please join me in the opening affirmative prayer. We open our hearts and minds and recognize the presence of Spirit in our service this morning. The spirit of love, peace, and joy fills this place and spills out to bless the entire world. Every word, every song uplifts us and the entire temple community. We let go and let the light of wisdom flow through us, and our path is clear and serene. The law now manifests only good in our lives now, and so it is. We will now have our chant. I am here to remind you. The words in your program and on the screen for those online. Please let us now share in a few moments of silence. Our inspirational reading this morning will be shared by Miss Michelle Dyer.
Good morning. Morning, everybody, again. Yeah, kind of like wondering if we realize it's morning. Yes, and it's a wonderful morning. Happy Youth Sunday to all of you. Put it down. Okay, yes, I think I get it right now. Happy Youth Sunday to you all and for you within the reach of my voice and those who are afar off. What I'm about to read is kind of dear to me. When my son was 6 years old, we practiced this for his basic school graduation. And you know, at that time, I was the Mother of the Year. And so we practice. Because when he went up there, he became me. And so the award that he would get would be mine. So best believe we were practicing. It was written by Dorothy Law Nolt, and she was a person who understood the field of positive youth development. She was born in 1924. She became a parent educator, family counselor, and writer of the inspirational poem, Children Learn What They Live. It was first published in 1954. Kind of like almost when I was born. Kind of like almost, not quite. And so as I touched closer to 100 now, rather than 30, I am now the best mother. Trust me on that. And so we learned that parenthood is learned backwards. It is now that I can see myself getting up 5 o'clock in the morning to go on the road. We lived in Irishtown, and we had a lot of corners, so you wouldn't know when the vehicle was around it. But we know that there was not going to be a lot of vehicle early in the morning, so we would go 5 o'clock and practice until 6 o'clock. One morning he fell off the bicycle, and the next morning he didn't bother to get up. But I got up and waited for him to get up to ride the bicycle. And the next morning I got up to ride the bicycle. So the third morning he got up and we went back again. And so we practiced some more. And then he got good at it. So now he would tell me, Mommy, you don't have to come. Yes. That's when he became an adult. And I became the child. As parents, all of us here have been parents of some sort. Some to our kids, some to our neighbors' kids. And I think that is what is meant by children should be raised by a community. And so this, I will read this morning. It says, if children live with criticism, they learn to condemn. When children live with hostility, they learn to fight. If children live with ridicule, they learn to be shy. If children live with shame, they learn to feel guilty. If children live with encouragement, they learn confidence. If children live with tolerance, they learn patience. If children live with praise, they learn to appreciate. If children live with praise, they learn to appreciate. If children live with acceptance, they learn to love. If children live with approval, they learn to like themselves. If children live with honesty, they learn truthfulness. If children live with security, they learn to have faith in themselves and others. If children live with friendliness, they learn that the world is a nice place in which to live. And so today, even though she transitioned years ago, her word still leads us. And I would say to our kids, trust me, we don't know what we're doing. None of us know what we're doing. Even though we walk around looking very busy, acting like we know, we don't. And so, just like you mess up, we will mess up too. Trust me, we don't look, and we're not very humble and gentle when we mess up. We're not. Because we still want to be the authority. But if we trust the divine within ourselves, we have to trust the divine in our kids. My son is 28 years old now. And so I have now just become Mother of the Year. Trust me on that. At the age of 28. Because I now learn how to have honest conversation. I now learn how to create a space where we are able to speak freely and listen actively without judgment. And I'm looking forward to raising my grandbabies. Thank you. And now we'll have another inspirational reading from Kyla. Thank you.
Dr. Miller. Do you know by Dr. Miller? Can I read it now? All right, say it.
Do you know by Dr. Miller? Do you know your thoughts have power, that your words can actually create your attitude? It is important also in the way you relate. Be kind and generous to all, and supportive to those that may fall. Imagine and know you have achieved. Be thankful because you believed. The universe is waiting to give you all you need. Keep faith and have no fear. Opportunities will always be there. See the rich, famous, they believed and did prepare that whenever it was needed, the teacher would appear. Know that disappointment could be opportunity sent to get rid of things which are old and welcome what's new and bold. Make space for all the blessings that will come pouring in as you believe, so shall it be. No, work hard, have faith, you'll see. Don't sing of crime and violence, for that's what you experience. Don't put your attention there, for all you will get is fair. Sing of love and happiness, for more of it you will get. Think of abundance, joy, and good health. Work with passion, and you will have wealth.
So it is.
Thank you, Mrs. Dyer and Kyla. We will now say together the prayer of our center. The words are on the flyer, in your program, and on your screen for those online. Please stand. The Temple of Light, Center for Spiritual Living, is a sacred field embodying our spiritual community, from which the Christ, peace, love, and joy emanate, to touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, and to liberate anyone who comes into contact with it in any way. The light of the Christ illumines us, our center, and our environment. Our spiritual community is filled with and surrounded by the presence of God and is growing from strength to strength. The power of God expands our consciousness of truth, guiding us ceaselessly along the paths of wisdom, spiritual growth, unfoldment, and attainment. We are blessed, and to God be the honor and the glory forever, and so it is. Thank you. Please be seated. I will now light the candle on behalf of all the parents and the youth of the world. I light this candle on behalf of all the youth and the parents of the world. Let us behold the Christ in them. Join me in the blessing. We love you. We appreciate you. We salute the Christ in you. We see you as shining lights unto our world. God is blessing you now, and so it is. And now for a mission song. join me in the praise song, This Little Light of Mine? Please stand. Please be seated. And now for the announcements. Do we have any first-time guests worshiping with us in person on this beautiful Sunday morning? Please stand so that our usher can place a sticker over your heart. If you are a first-timer online, welcome to our hearts. We behold the Christ in you. The flowers this morning were beautifully arranged by Mrs. Faye Saku. Thank you, Mrs. Saku and the Floral Angels for your support always. We also thank one of our aunts for our beautiful chairs. Please refer to the flyer with significant events for further details. Book sale. Please remember our book sale right after this morning's service. Spiritual Mind Healing Service. Join Reverend Michael Record on Tuesday at 6 p.m. for insightful ideas on understanding our teaching and its daily use in our lives. The Zoom link will be sent from our mailing lists on Tuesday morning. Membership pledge. Please remember our annual membership pledge for 2023 is due. Kindly use the envelopes provided on the desk in the vestibule to make your payment. Thank you for your support. Labyrinth Walk. Our usual walk for peace is on Wednesday, May 3rd at 5:30 p.m. Also, World Labyrinth Day will be celebrated here on Saturday, May 6th at 1 p.m. Village Circle. After our Sunday service at 10:30 a.m. on May 7th, we will have our Village Circle community update. Come, let's talk about our temple and its membership. Mother's Day. We celebrate our mothers on May 14th with our Hats Off to Mom extravaganza. That is sure to be fun-filled and informative at the same time. Look out for more details. Labor Day. Remember, May 23rd for the 18th staging of this activity. Come and join us as we work together in a spirit of community. Prayer support. We continue to respond to all your requests for prayer. A practitioner is available to pray with you immediately following our Sunday service. Practitioner Jennifer Livingston is on duty today. The number to call is 876-289-0907. If you want to speak to a practitioner, call 876-289-0907 Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to midnight. Pastoral counseling is available. Please call the office for appointments. Donations, tithes, and offerings. Thank you for your generosity and for helping us to be a beacon of light in the world. If you wish to support our ministry financially, kindly visit our donate page at donate.templeoflightcsl.org, which has our banking details. Thank you as we together support a world that works for everyone. Please stand and join us in the first hymn found on page 3 of the program and on our screen. Please stand and join us in the first hymn found on page 3 of the program and on our screen. Thank you. Please be seated. And now, help me welcome to the podium this morning's special speaker who is guaranteed to deliver a memorable talk, Chevrolet Johnson.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Okay, there we go. All right. This morning I'll be starting off with a quote from Ernest Holmes from the book Practical Application of Science of Mind. Our lives and experiences may very well be likened to a river. If we stand on the bank of a river and watch it flow, but we become aware of the fact that the river never changes, but its content is always new. By analogy, we might say the purposeful, dynamic quality of life within us never changes, but the content of our experience of living never remains the same. Today, I'll be talking about change. Change is an inevitable part of life. and it affects us all in different ways. We all have different views on how change helps us to understand the significance of every hour, minute, and second of our lives. Every moment, every decision in our lives changes based on the choices we decide to make. One of the teachings is the idea of transformation. We speak about how God transforms us from one state to another, how we are made new in Christ, and how we are constantly being renewed in our minds and spirits. Along our journey of transformation, how we introduce and accept said change is essential. Right? We are created in the image of God, and to truly embody that, we must undergo various types of change. From the manner for which we interact, to whom we interact with, how we spend our time and money, to even how we treat ourselves. Sometimes these changes may come very easily, but other times they may be painful or difficult. But such experiences are necessary if we are to grow and mature. The Bible states to us that there is a time for everything, including, especially, a time for change. To everything, there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted. This is from Ecclesiastes 3, verses 1 to 2. This passage teaches us that change is a natural part of life. But not just that, a natural part of living, and that we must embrace it as a part of God's plan for us. It also reminds us that changes in life can be both joyful and sorrowful, but that we can find peace in knowing that God is with us through it all, guiding us along our own individual paths. Personally, I myself have been experiencing a few changes in my life over the past few years. Right? Right. One major change would be my acclimation from high school to university. Initially, I had spent a year in community college, so I was somewhat familiar with the workload and how to handle myself. But I tell you, my first year in university hit like a truck. Right? The amount of work that needed to be done, the emphasis on precision, making sure to get it right no matter how long it took. I can tell you that though it wasn't my best year, it was a very stressful yet welcome change of pace. I met lots of new people, made a few new friends, and all around, it was, and even now, is a good experience, though undoubtedly there were a few hiccups along the way. Earlier this year, another form of change for me was that earlier this year, I had the death of my dog, right? My dog Henry, or as I like to call him, my little fluff ball. Right? After being with me for 10 long years, Henry was actually a gift from one of our fellow church members, Auntie Tamu, upon my transition from primary to high school. The main idea, at least I think the main idea, was to give me a crash course on how to be more responsible. And I'll say this to you, I can't tell you if it worked, but I guess from an onlooker's perspective, it did. After Henry passed, the house no longer had the little pitter-patter of feet across the floor, no more wake-up barks, and I tell you, if there was one thing I could count on, it was him making sure that I was up by 6:30. And no adorable little thing sitting down watching me as I shared my dinner. But the main thing would be that I no longer had anyone to sit out on the steps and watch me take my tiresome self home from school. Not all changes are the ones we want, but changes happen regardless. Though, out of the 3 changes that I decided to speak on, this last one would be my most impactful, and it would be my entry into the working world. Though mommy would say that I've been working since very young, since in the past I did a few commercials. I was in a few commercials when I was younger. But I would say this year, I would say I've truly entered the working world. To assist my mom with bills, groceries, and the sort, of course, saving for university, and in general, having a good understanding of the working of money. When I thought about working, I thought I'd be getting up and doing some boring thing behind a desk all day, right? At least in my experience, it's not so bad. Getting up every day kind of reminded me of getting up every day to go to school every morning. Getting to meet new coworkers was like meeting new classmates. And just the whole aspect of it kind of reminded me of the system of school, just with an extremely increased sense of responsibility. From those few instances, I can say that my life has changed a decent amount. And I'm sure to experience a lot more things as life goes on. I have another quote from our founder, Ernest Holmes. Change is the law of human experience, for only God is permanent. The infinite mind is forever conceiving new ideas, and the infinite law is forever producing new forms. Change is all about new things and new experiences, learning that no matter what may come your way, God is with us, guiding us along through a sea of infinite possibilities to our respective paths, regardless of the choices we make. Thank you.
Thank you, Chevany. Didn't I tell you he was going to be memorable? Another round of applause for Chevany. Now we have our songbird, Christina, who is going to bless us with her beautiful voice. Christina?
Good morning. A moment, please. Not today. Souls in the wind must learn how to bend. Seek out a star, hold on to the end. Valley, mountain, there is a fountain washing our tears all away. Words are swaying, someone is praying. Please let us come home to stay. If we hold on together, I know our dreams will never die. Dreams see us through to forever, where clouds roll by. For you and I. While we are out there in the dark, we'll dream about the sun. In the dark, we'll feel the light warm our hearts, everyone. If we hold on together, I know our dreams will never die. Dreams see us through to forever, as high as souls can fly. The clouds roll by for you and I.
Thank you, Christina. Another round of applause for her. Come on. Now, could everyone please stand and join me in the prayer of Jamaica? Right. That's fine. Prayer of Jamaica. I don't have my prayer. The radiant light of God's love is now flowing through us and from us to everything and everyone it touches. The eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, and surrounds our island Jamaica. The glowing light city of the light of God's love now interpenetrates and awakens within the hearts and minds of our countrymen and women. The truth of light is set free. Growing and glowing in intensity, in the hearts and minds of hundred everywhere. Love, health, harmony, goodwill, peace, uprightness, integrity, joy, prosperity, kindness, and our oneness under God are now established, and so it him. Please remain standing for our second hymn. Is I Know Who I Am, found on the insert of the program and on the screen. Chosen generation, called forth to show His excellence. All I require is the life God has given me. I know who I am. We are a chosen generation, called forth to show His
given me, and I know who I am.
I know who
God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I am.
I know who I am.
I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I am. I know who I am.
I'm
Working in power,
I'm working in miracles. I live a life of favor, for I know who I am.
I'm working in power, I'm working in miracles.
I live a life of favor,
'Cause I know who I am.
we are a chosen generation.
All what they show is excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. I know who I am. Oh, oh,
I
I know who I am. Oh, oh, I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I am.
all I require for life.
God has given me. I know who I am. Who says I am? Where He says I am. Where He says I am. I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I am. I know who I am.
I'm
Working miracles, live a life of favor. I know who I am. I'm working in power. I'm working miracles, live a life of favor. 'Cause I know who I am. Oh, oh, I know who I am. Oh, oh, I know who I am.
Since you're all already Since you're all already standing, please take your loving gifts into your hand. If you are home, please remember to use the donate button on the screen. Place your hand over your heart and join me in the love offering blessing found on the envelope and on your screen. Lovingly I give, joyfully I receive. Be thou fruitful, increase, and multiply. Bless, prosper, and enrich everyone whom you touch, and replenish all of thy financial affairs. Lord, this is
Thank you,
Father, and so it is. Please join me in the closing affirmative prayer. We center our minds in God, our source of love. This love that fills our spirits with a sense of oneness. We are one in joy and peace. We bless all those who have allowed themselves to give of true talent and treasure. This peace surrounds us, and as we go to different paths, we remain safe, secure, and peaceful. I give thanks for this service and for all those who participated in any way. I release these words into the law which manifests a wonderful day for each one of us, and so it is. Let's all stand and sing, Yes, There is Love on Earth, as we put in our love offerings. Yes, there is love on earth, and yes, it begins with me. please remember to join Reverend John tomorrow morning at 6 for quiet moments in the garden, and log in on Zoom for Tuesday evening at 6 for our spiritual enrichment service.
Take each moment.